Yes, childhood trauma can be one of the reasons for addiction. In a study conducted with people who were taking help for using too much of substance and having PTSD, they found out that 77% of these people had at least one traumatic event in their childhood. So it is pretty clear that having hard time as a child can lead to addiction later on in their lives. To understand the link between childhood trauma and addiction, you need to understand what childhood trauma is and what kind of pain it can cause. Childhood trauma is when something terrible happens to a child. This can make them worried and unhappy, affecting their health and feelings. The main types of trauma a child faces are physical abuse, emotional abuse, sexual abuse, and being neglected. When children go through these tough times, it's really hard for them because they are still learning to deal with difficult situations. Sometimes these bad experiences can still make life hard even when they grow up. Many people think that when they are adults, they'll be able to handle anything tough that comes their way. But that's not always the case, especially if they had a real hard time when they were kids. Now, let's move on to understand the pain childhood trauma can cause. Trauma can change how a child's brain grows, especially in parts that help them control emotions, remember things, and make decisions. It can also damage a key system in the brain called the HPA axis, and this system helps manage stress. But when it is harmed, it can also cause ongoing stress problems that affect both the body and mind. As a child, if you have chronic stress, it affects your body from all angles. Your immunity gets low, you will have muscle tension, headache, no sleep leading to insomnia, or excessive sleepiness. It can deplete your energy level and make it hard for you to do daily tasks. You will be silently walking with pain every day, and it will go to a point where you don't even recognize that you're going through emotional and physical pain on a daily basis. When someone feels miserable inside and thinks no one can understand or see their pain, they might try to find ways to make themselves feel less hurt. They might use things like drugs or alcohol to feel better. Substances become their way to handle their pain. Hence, they fall into the trap of addiction. Now we can understand that addiction is not the problem, it's an attempt to solve a problem. By understanding this, you can actually help yourself or someone you care about who is dealing with addiction. Healing starts with understanding your pain. It's all about knowing what happened in the past, seeing how it still affects us, and finding healthy ways to feel better.